8:30 a.m. You arrive at your desk armed with coffee and optimism, both of which will be depleted by 9 a.m. Your inbox already has 47 urgent emails because apparently everything's an emergency when you have the magical power to make things go viral. Your phone pings. The CEO just texted, "Saw this TikTok dance last night. Can we do something like that? But better, and by tomorrow." You briefly consider whether summoning an army of teenage influencers from your marketing crystal ball would be easier than explaining why a choreographed dance number won't boost enterprise software sales. 9:15 a.m. Your Slack explodes with messages from the sales team demanding new brochures. Because obviously, that's the only thing standing between them and hitting their quota. The current ones aren't working, they insist, clutching brochures they've never actually distributed. You add it to your list of magical solutions requested this week, right between make everything go viral and be more like Apple, but with 0.001% of their budget. After all, you just play with fonts and colors all day. How hard could it be? 10:30 a.m. A product manager materializes at your desk to request a video campaign that needs to be exactly like that Super Bowl commercial everyone's talking about. Budget? Oh, whatever you can film on your iPhone during lunch break. You start calculating how many organ donations it would take to fund a proper production team, while they helpfully suggest just make it go viral, like Coca-Cola does. 11:45 m. You present a comprehensive, data-driven marketing strategy you've spent 3 months perfecting. The main feedback from Karen in accounting, could you make the logo bigger? She also suggests adding more blue because her nephew, who has 147 Instagram followers, says blue converts better. You resist the urge to mention that marketing has evolved slightly since her certification in 1987. 1:30 p.m. An emergency meeting is called to discuss brand voice. Everyone agrees you need to sound more disruptive, just like every other company trying to sound disruptive. You mentally count how many times someone says disruptive or innovative, wondering if you could turn it into a drinking game. Someone helpfully suggests, we need to be more like Tesla. They don't even do marketing. You resist explaining that having the world's most controversial billionaire as CEO counts as marketing. 2:45. Your product team casually mentions they've completely changed the core features 3 days before launch. But the campaign can stay the same, right? They ask, while you contemplate whether your desk plant would judge you for crying quietly behind your monitor. You'll just rebuild the entire campaign overnight using the power of positive thinking and your emergency stash of Red Bull. You know, the one with a higher caffeine concentration than medical residents' blood. 3:30 p.m. A VP forwards a competitor's campaign with the note, "Let's do exactly this." You recognize it as your own campaign pitch from 6 months ago that was rejected for being too risky. You add Time Machine to your growing list of required marketing tools, right next to MindReader and Miracle Worker. 4:15 p.m. Someone's cousin's roommate, who does social media for their cat, has been invited to provide campaign feedback. Their main critique is that your B2B software campaign doesn't have enough dancing cats. Because apparently, getting 100 likes on a photo of Mr. Whiskers wearing a bow tie qualifies you to critique enterprise marketing strategy. You begin updating your resume while wondering if Mr. Whiskers is hiring. 5:00 p. The development team requests you add a QR code to the radio campaign. When you gently inform them this is physically impossible, they suggest finding a more creative solution and recommend thinking outside the box. You add bend laws of physics to your daily to-do list, right after invent time travel and make everything pop more. 5:45. Just before leaving, you receive an urgent request to make our next campaign go viral. When you ask about the target audience, messaging strategy, and success metrics, the response is, just make it viral, like that video with the baby panda. Budget remains unspecified, but is assumed to be somewhere between exposure and we'll figure it out later. You begin to wonder if going viral is just corporate speak for perform marketing miracles without resources. 6:30 p.m. As you pack up to leave, your phone pings with one final message. Quick question about the font. You turn off the lights, knowing tomorrow you'll be expected to cure cancer through content marketing, generate millions in revenue with Instagram filters, and somehow make a PowerPoint presentation that keeps people awake, all while keeping the logo bigger and everything more disruptive. Your phone continuously pings in the darkness, each notification promising to be just a quick request that will somehow require completely restructuring the entire marketing strategy by morning. But here's the thing. Despite the impossible demands, the creative suggestions from your CEO's dog walker's personal trainer, and the constant requests to make things go viral faster than a cat video at a meme convention, you know you'll be back tomorrow. Not because you're a glutton for punishment, but because there's nothing quite like the high of watching a perfectly crafted campaign take flight. The rush when your crazy idea actually works. That moment when the data proves what your marketing spider sense knew all along. The satisfaction of turning Make It Pop into something that actually makes people stop scrolling and care. Because while everyone else is playing checkers with their bigger logos and more blue, you're playing interdimensional chess with consumer psychology and market dynamics. Sure, they might think you just color for a living, but you know you're really an alchemist, turning business objectives into emotional connections, transforming product features into customer dreams, and yes, occasionally making the impossible possible.